What up? This is Quamon Fowler coming to you, and this is the Jazz Web Shed YouTube channel. This is the place where I help empower you as a musician, help you enhance your skills, and also, educate you as a jazz student. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos on this channel. On today, I got the soprano and I'm just practicing. I get, good feedback and response a lot of times just from the videos I post of me just shedding. And so nothing in particular per se, but just wanted to show you how I practice when I have some time to practice so you'll get a chance to see what I do. And I can kind of talk through what I'm doing. Here, usually on the soprano, I want to just get a good, nice, full sound from the bottom of the horn to the top and make sure my embouchure is in the right place. I always like to start off on a low B flat to make sure it pops out good. Make sure you're in tune. Okay. Okay. So I'm good. Chromatic scale. So like arpeggios next. So the reason why I do the arpeggios is because you travel a quicker distance because you're not moving stepwise. It's more so by the interval of a third. And so it just gives you more ground to cover. And so with that being said, my embouchure has to be tight enough or in the right place so I can get those high notes. On soprano, usually, it takes being a little bit more tighter to get those notes out. More loose when you're playing the lower notes. But when you do the arpeggio, you got to tighten up some to get those notes up top. For them to be in tune, And this is a diplomat soprano. I like this one. I got some years back, and I've been playing it ever since. I don't know if I hit that high G. All right. So yeah, that's what I do initially just to get everything feeling right and in the right place in terms of the pitch. So when I play soprano, I don't play double cushion. Just because you got to bite down you got to tighten up more and it kind of hurts. You know, sometimes I do, but I think most of the time I don't. So, when I have everything feeling good, then I can play on something specific. That's just a 2-5-1. And all right. So let's see. What am I practicing on? I was working on playing, I think, the last time. So with something like that, with these displaced intervals, you know, playing the modes, the arpeggios through the mode of the major scale, you just got to play it slow enough so that you can have everything under your fingers. And that's the thing, when you practice, you want to practice with a metronome. I can't use a metronome now because I'm using my phone to do the live stream. But you just you know, practice it slow enough over and over. Okay? So that's in B. And then I can speed it up. And I would just work on that over and over. Okay. I gotta get used to that 7th degree. Everything is getting a lot more centered. Triad pairs. that spooky sound, that mysterious sound, that flat 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Working on that my little finger. Little fingers, I would say. There it is. Playing Cherokee. I'm trying to play different stuff. That's why I'm kind of fumbling around. Let's see what we got. Hopefully it don't disappear. A message about your, let's see, a message about your, oh, that ain't right. That's an ad. That's not somebody commenting. What's going on? Glad you're watching here. I'm just shedding in between times where we have to be on stage. We got to play on stage at like 10. We're doing chapel, but just messing around. Just connecting those 2-5-1s. Another thing is that invitation does that. The bridge of it. So it's different because you go, when you go to the 5 chord, it's altered. different. So, okay. No. So, yeah, I need to work on that. That goes to C minor. It's good to learn these old jazz standards because that's how you work up your language. For the young folk out there, go back, study the lineage. You can use the stuff that you learned from 40s and 50s and 60s. You can use all of that stuff in your own compositions or in your own modern application from playing over simpler changes. Or, you know, if you're playing tunes that not that many chords, because of your awareness of the bebop language or knowing how to maneuver through 2-5-1s and things like that, you can apply that stuff to simple stuff, and or even your perspective. Not saying that you're trying to force a lot of the stuff that you learn from the transcribing of older things, but it's like your perspective is more broader. You have more to pull from when you know, have more options to play rather than just playing pentatonic stuff. So if you're gonna go, something like that. It's like a worship tune. Yeah, I do that. So like that. Just going from the 1 to the 4. 1, 4, then the 6, 6, 5. You know, so you can practice playing some of the bebop lines and stuff that you learn over something that's looping like that. And then before you know it, you'll be able to have a whole new perspective on like playing over stuff that's more modal. You know, when I say modal, a song like this is modal because you're just going through the different modes of the major scale. That's a 6. I would put a loop on a track and then try to work on. Then you can try to play your bebop. You know, you can work on stuff like that, and then try to change the key and do some of the same stuff in another key. So I need to work on the B. So anyway, all right, so check some of that out. You know, go back and try to learn some older stuff and get into that bebop, transcribe, and then try to apply it over something modern. But I went over a lot of different things, from how I warm up to get the horn responding the way I want, and then just kind of going into some technical things just to get my fingers working and my embouchure feeling right, and practice with a metronome. I was using my foot, of course, because my phone is being occupied now. But just work on that stuff and just be consistent. Keep chipping away at it. It's a journey. You know, you're not trying to speed through anything. You want stuff to really settle in and wrap your fingers around it, wrap your mind around what you're doing, and get the embouchure in the right place, and then you can definitely continue to make progress in your playing. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, comment.